Hey, bodacious beast, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to bring up something that, I've been looking around, I've been scouring the internet, I've been searching, and I finally found something that's worth talking. And there was a thread that was on Reddit, and it was also on Quora, if that's how you pronounce it. And it was about, if you went to jail or prison, or if jail or prison is so bad, why do people reoffend? And you know what? That is a great answer. So I'm gonna talk quite a bit about it because I've dealt with a lot of people. I'll give you a little bit of a background, but if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you don't miss another video. So the big question is if prison or jail is so bad, why do people reoffend? Why do they go back? If it's if it's the worst place to ever go? Well, the answer is simple. They're institutionalized, and there's a little bit more that's going on. So let's say, for example, John got into a fight with a homeless guy. He accused the homeless guy of stealing his bicycle, and he found his bicycle, used a tracking chip, found his bicycle, found a homeless guy. The homeless guy comes out of the tent, starts yelling at him, and then sure enough, the guy turns around and gives him the onesie-toosie, and knocks him to the ground, takes his bicycle, and goes home. Now, he could try and claim self-defense, but the thing is, he went and recovered his bike. The guy that took his bike was knocked out. The guy that took his bike called the police and said he was assaulted, and the guy stole his bike. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of things that are wrong here. Number one, the guy didn't file a police report. Number two, the guy went himself to go and get the bike. And then number three, the guy physically assaulted the homeless guy that stole the bike in the first place. So regardless if this guy had security cameras, he's going to be charged with a couple other charges. So, because he's charged with a couple other charges, there's a problem. He's going to go to jail. He's going to go to jail for theft. He's going to go to jail because he assaulted the guy, mainly for assault. The theft charge will probably be dropped, but he's going to probably serve 5 years in prison. Okay, so that's the first guy. So first guy we're going to call Sam. Sam is going to jail for 5 years. Or pretty much something, he didn't do. So, and then we're going to turn around and we're going to say, okay, Nate breaks into somebody's house, steals the car keys, steals the car, goes out and does some drag racing. The police show up, he takes off, they go on to a high-speed chase, and he takes the car and he rams it into like 4 parked cars. Gets out of the car and punches the police officer. So, now we have Sam that's going in for 5 years. The judge rules to Nate that did all this damage, punched the police officers, broke into somebody's house, and they said, well, we're going to give you 10 years in prison. Okay. So, 5 years and we got a 10 year. So Sam goes into prison for 5 years. He does well. His wife and kids come and visit him. They write letters back and forth. He keeps himself occupied. Now, Sam really hadn't had a decent job. Both of them had never had a decent job. Sam goes in and he learns the welding career. He learns his welding. He gets his welding certificate. He's ready to go back out. Full support from his family. They gave him some money to be able to keep going. Sam had a problem with alcohol. He kicked that habit. He kicked his habit of smoking. Over the course of 5 years, he changed a lot. Now we have Sam He's a recovering alcoholic. He learned a trade. His family has supported him all the way through the whole 5 years. His kids supported him all the way through the whole 5 years. And here we are with the second scenario. So we have Nate. Nate goes into prison. Nate has been a vagrant on the streets. He's slept in doorways, and he's going into jail. Nobody's coming to visit him. He's in jail. He gets beat up by inmates, gets yelled and harassed at by guards, and he knows how to do street food. He's decent with the jailhouse food, and he doesn't really care about doing the education part of it. And well, he just keeps going into. He's in jail. Gets thrown into the hole. He gets into fights, and eventually, after 10 years, he gets released. Okay, so Sam gets out of jail. His wife's there to meet him. They take him to the halfway house. He stays in the halfway house, and then he goes back home. He instantly gets a job. He's talking with some friends. He's making new friends at work, and he's making some good money. He finally gets his license back, and he starts helping getting the bills paid off. And the thing is his record goes straight as an arrow for the rest of his life. He never goes back. He never wanted to go back. He always told his wife and kids how bad it was in there, and he never wanted to go back. Now, Nate, on the other hand, never had any support. Wasn't encouraged to learn a trade while he's in there. And just basically hung with the boys and got into trouble in jail and that sort of thing, and got out in 10 years. When he got out in 10 years, he goes to halfway house for a little while. They try and get him a job. He doesn't want it. His work ethic is nothing. And he's back on the streets again. So back on the streets, he starts using, sleeping in doorways. And then within about 6 months, he steals another car. He goes back to jail. He reoffended. Now, he got beat up in jail, thrown into solitary confinement. His food was stolen. It was a total heckhole for him in jail. Here is what happened. So, Sam had all kinds of support. He was encouraged to do better. And his bubble of protection, his bubble of support, was stronger than ever. Nate, on the other hand, had no support. However, he may have had 1 or 2 friends in jail. But here's the thing. He goes into his halfway house. He's not in the mood to go to work. And goes back out on the streets. He's hungry again. He's sleeping outside. His clothes are dirty. He stinks. He smells. Guess what? I'm going home. Reoffends. Goes back into jail. He's home. There you have it. So that's pretty much why most people will reoffend. Some of them, they're just institutionalized. They've been there forever. I have a cousin that's been in and out of jail a lot. And we've tried giving him so much support. But he's accepted in that prison system. Once you get accepted, once you go in and you spend 12, 13 years in jail, you become institutionalized. You become, I would say, a permanent robot of the system. Once you're a permanent robot of the system, you're too busy depending on asking the guy when you can take a leak. You're too busy getting up at a certain time, somebody waking you up. You're too used to the food while you're eating it, that sort of thing. So the thing is, you're stuck in a system you can't get out of. And you don't want to. So that's how I feel most people will reoffend, even if prison is the worst place on earth. So, what do you guys think? Has anybody here been in jail and kind of agree with what I'm saying? Do you not agree? If you don't agree, please drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to update this video. I was in jail when I was a rebellious teenager, but I really didn't get jail. I've had a lot of friends that have been in and out of jail, and I see what happens. So, again, drop a comment in the comment section below. Let me know. Let your friends and family, and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. Let your friends and family know. And let's just keep on rocking.